Years ago, if you had a bad customer service experience, you might commiserate with a few friends. Nowadays, due to the growth of consumer websites, you can get the warning out to tens of thousands in a matter of seconds. WA is far from immune from the negative feedback. Poor service seems to have been blamed on everything from labour shortages during the last boom to cost-cutting in the downturn. But there's hope. A group set up to reward excellence in the field believes good service is making a comeback. Claire Moody reports.
Hello, how are you today?
At first glance, this cafe at a suburban shopping centre looks fairly unremarkable, but it's rare and it's got the awards to prove it.
We are up against restaurants and cafes in Subiaco and Cottesloe, but I mean it's not about where you're positioned, it's about how you go about serving the customers.
22-year-old Tanya Denboer was voted Young Wait Person of the Year by the Catering Institute last year.
We're not here just to serve you, we're here to make your day.
It's the sort of work ethic that Jurek, Leon and a group of fellow customer service experts are looking for. They hunt down the state's best performers each year for the Customer Service Awards.
Okay.
At this chemist in Midland, he stumbled across an extraordinary case.
What's this? This looks interesting.
This is a book of all our customers.
Here, customers are so highly valued, the owners compiled a book about his regulars. Photographs of them even adorn the walls of his shop.
Our customers come back and love seeing themselves in print. They brag about it, they bring their families in, and it's just grown from there.
But Jurek Leon concedes service suffered a huge blow during the labour shortages associated with the last resources boom.
I do a lot of work in both the tourism and retail sectors, and the number of employers that told me it got to the stage where they'd take a warm body. You know, there's a saying in service, hire for attitude, train for skills, but they were just having to take anyone.
With far more job seekers around, that's an excuse that's worn thin. And Mr. Leon believes smart businesses are using the downturn to lure customers away from competitors who are cutting costs in the wrong areas.
And the biggest mistake we make is giving them what we think they want, not what they really need.
And that's what makes customer service so challenging.
He and partner Jan Collins run workshops on customer service for organisations and businesses.
But the challenge in customer service is to treat other people as they would like to be treated.
And unfortunately, there are many businesses cost-cutting, and they've got less people in frontline roles and less backup helpers, and that will backfire on them. It might save them money now, but in 12 months' time, that will backfire on them terribly.
And one of the reasons for that is that, like never before, customer service is being scrutinised.
But these days they bad-mouth you, they don't just bad-mouth you.
Nowadays, if you have one bad experience, you can tell 50,000, 100,000 people at the touch of a button. That is not something that organisations can choose to ignore. It's not something that they can sweep under the carpet.
Baldeep Gill runs a consumer advocacy website, which attracted thousands of complaints within its first few hours of operation. Much of the feedback from WA.
It has got one of the highest level of complaints, and I would look at that in terms of expectations. I think the customers in WA have a high expectation of what they will want to receive and what they're prepared not to tolerate.
Perhaps one of the biggest challenges to customer service is self-service. Increasing automation means more and more we're dealing with machines rather than human beings. Is it all too much, too soon?
If it's what the customer wants, if they want it quick, seamless, without anybody interfering, as we do on the internet often, then that's exactly good service. That is what people want. But if you're bringing it in your automation simply to save $1, and it's not what your customers want, then you'll drive them away.
Welcome to Main Road, this is Joan.
And that's precisely what one of WA's biggest bureaucracies can't afford to do.
You sure do have a human being. How can I help you?
It's invested heavily in good old-fashioned customer service because every road user is a potential critic.
The customers who are upset by things that we do or we don't do, they certainly let us know. They'll write to the Minister, they'll go on Twitter, they'll put something on the website and they let us know when they're not happy. And we've all seen the programmes which say, you know, the road authority didn't do this or the road authority did that and it wasn't right. We're there to find out what it is our customers want and put that right.
Automation also has its limitations. Whilst it can be a time saver in an increasingly fast-paced world, it does cut out the spontaneity of human contact.
So tell me, where are you travelling from and to, and let's have a talk through it.
That unforeseen exchange or smile that can turn a bad day into a not so bad day.
Oh yeah, it's horrible, isn't it, when you're travelling with children and they're not very settled.
It's that sort of attitude that the Customer Service Council wants to reward, and it's calling for nominations for this year's awards from businesses and organisations throughout the state.
We focus a lot on the poor service, and yes, there is poor service, but if we reward the good service, then we'll see more and more of it.
And while some may be cynical about the value of such awards, supporters believe they're part of the answer to developing a stronger service culture.
There are lots of customer service heroes out there in every type of business you can think of. And when we see that the ordinary business down the road is actually doing fantastic things every day, it'll get us all striving to do it, and it can start a movement, and that would be great for everyone.